Welcome to another episode of Alan's Collection. And to continue with the celebrations of this mighty figure, Galactus, we're going to continue reviewing the Heralds. But I hope you have checked out on my channel the review of Mighty Galactus, and of course the review of the part 1 of the Heralds. Today I give you Nova, Frankie Ray as the first Herald, and secondly I give you Morg. Let's begin!
Much like the Fantastic Four, you are nothing to me. Congratulations. You have doomed your world.
Alright guys, this is part 2 of the reviews of the Heralds of Galactus. I have already done part 1, which included Silver Surfer and Firelord. You can watch that review already on my channel. I will leave you the link in the description below. Don't forget to check that out, guys. Let's begin. If you have already seen my Galactus review, in that review I have already included the outer box for these two Heralds of Galactus. So if you have already seen that part, I will leave the section in the video for you to skip to the blister box part. But if not, if you haven't seen the Galactus review, then here we go. Let's check the outer box. Right guys, let's look at the box of Galactus. And of course this is a cardboard box. To protect even more the figure, we have the shippers that I showed you in another video. But this cardboard box and this artwork is looking absolutely fantastic. You remember that last year the Haslab team opened some options for fans to vote, and I voted for this artwork, and I'm very happy that it won. And of course it says Galactus in big letters, and this is Marvel Legends series Haslab number 2. And of course we're not going to have another Haslab Marvel series until 2024, as unfortunately the Ghost Rider Haslab wasn't funded. But we have here obviously the three Heralds of Galactus. Can you see Silver Surfer with his power cosmic going for a planet, or we have Frankie Ray taking off there looking really cool, and Morg with his axe. They look like they are going to go for different planets. And obviously we cannot stop talking about the big guy, which is Galactus, looking down on a planet, about to grab a planet, destroy a planet, or destroy anything that stands in his way. So here we have what appears to be celestial language writing, and it goes all the way from top to bottom of the side of the box. Let's see what we have on the other side of this amazing, enormous, massive box. So pretty much the same, guys. Let's review the back of the box. What does this amazing Haslab bring us? The first thing that comes into mind is the amazing world ship, the Ta-2. Remember when Galactus survived the destruction of the other universe? He woke up hungry, and then he ate the first planet that he encountered, the Articulation. So from that planet he built a ship which he named Ta-2, and so we have a good rendition of that ship here, created by Stan the Man Lee and Jack the King Kirby. On the background of the ship we have some planets. We might have a neutrino star here, or a blue dwarf. We have a dying star about to explode, a red star there. Some cool, amazing looking planets, and probably the surface of a planet, or a moon here. So it's looking very galactic. Obviously Galactus has to have a galactic piece of artwork like we have here. Absolutely amazing. Right, guys, here we have, of course, for the Heralds of Galactus, here we have the styrofoam box on the back, and we have the blister lid here. And as you can see, here we have Frankie Ray, a highly demanded figure, her incredible looking fire effect. And finally we have Morg. He doesn't bring extra hands, but he does bring a very cool axe. So what we're going to do now is take this lid off and separate the heralds. Okay guys, so I know we have gone through the blister box, but here's just a closer look. Frankie Ray looking absolutely splendid with her 4 interchangeable hands and her fire effect. This is a close-up, guys, of just Morg himself with his very cool looking axe. A very big figure, really cool figure that we have here. So here we have Nova, Frankie Ray, on her vanilla pose, and the first impression is that she is looking absolutely cool. And if you liked how Firelord look, this is going to blow your mind. Look at the hair. Look at that head sculpt. You can see the vibrant red and orange colors on her hair. Look at that. You can see gold and orange. I very much like this figure. Possibly my favorite figure out of all the heralds that we have reviewed so far. The golden painting of her body is absolutely vibrant as well. It's a single golden color. And look at the face. Even though all of her face is painted gold except her eyes and mouth and eyebrows, of course, you still can see an expression that she is a determined herald of Galactus. I like the white eyes, eyebrows are really well painted, and the mouth is really well painted as well. Some features of hair sculpt. You can actually see her abs and the definition in her abs, really cool. And of course the muscles in her legs, in her thigh here, the muscle in her shin and on the back of the shin, really cool. You can see the definition on her whole body, the bones in her upper torso, really cool. She has nice definition, nice sculpting in this figure. I'm really enjoying and liking. Talking about the hair sculpt, her hair is translucent. You can see Frankie Ray's hair as translucent, really nice translucent. And as we move away from the light, you can appreciate her hair, the really vibrant orange, red, I would say, red combined with orange. You can see the translucent hair here really nicely. I would also like to point out that because of her amazingly crafted hair sculpt, obviously it's quite a heavy hair. So what I have done here is just stand her in an inclination towards the front. So obviously if you make an inclination towards the back, she will fall down. So you have to look at the right angle. You have to pose her in the right angle so she doesn't fall down. Okay, so you have to obviously take into consideration the angle at which you're going to pose her, especially if you're just going to pose her without any stand. Her hair is very heavy, very cool, but very heavy. Now, point taken. Now, let's look at her articulation. So now let's look at the articulation for Frankie Ray. Starting with the head, you can move down. You can not move up because of the hair. You can move to the left, move to the right. I wouldn't try moving 360 degrees because obviously the hair will touch the arm and we don't want the painting to be scratched. So just carefully you can move to the right or the left, and you can tilt to the right, you can tilt to the left without any problems. And that's the articulation of the head. There is no torso articulation. It's not like Silver Surfer and Firelord. So you cannot move it, really. You cannot move it, you cannot twist it, nothing. Although there is a cut section here, but you cannot exactly move it. There's no room for movement, guys, unfortunately. We're going to give a 0 articulation for the torso. In regards of the arm articulation, guys, you can move the arm upwards, backwards, and the arm goes out. And there is bicep articulation. You can rotate the biceps 360 degrees very nicely. So we have Frankie Ray with pinless double jointed elbow articulation. Very cool. And you can flex the arm very nicely. And in terms of the wrist, there is a nice swivel there. You can rotate the wrist 360 degrees. And there is a joint articulation. You can move the wrist up and down, up and down. You can kick forward very nicely. You can kick backwards, not so much because of the back part of Frankie Ray. However, we have a thigh cut here. You're able to move the leg 360 degrees in this thigh cut. And very nice here, we have pinless technology on the knee and a double jointed knee. You can bend the knee very nicely. And of course, we don't want to bend it much. There is no shin cut, as we saw it with Firelord and Silver Surfer, but we do have articulation for the feet. There's a nice rocker there. As well as Firelord and Silver Surfer, we don't have actually toe articulation. Okay guys, here we have the accessories for Nova Frankie Ray. That fire effect that we have there, it's spectacular, simply spectacular. And Hasbro has given us with this Herald of Galactus a couple of fists for punching her adversaries, and we have a couple of open hands there. And of course, Frankie Ray also has a couple of relaxed hands, or to pose her generating her flames, generating her power. Or simply if you want to pose her flying, of course. That also can do the job. I'm gonna show you now how to use this fire effect stand, because apart from being a very cool spectacular fire effect, it also serves as a stand for Frankie Ray. You actually have some hints there. As you can see, there is like a footprint here. I hope you can see it well on camera, but you can see a footprint here where the foot of Frankie can be placed here. And there is a gap here where you can put the leg of Frankie Ray, so she looks not cool, but very fiery. So what you do is, with great care, you place the leg in this opening, in this gap, like this. There you go. And you move her down, push her down until you find the footprint there, so you can place the foot there, so she's in a flying position. Using her power, there you can see her in a better way. Or if you want to look her closely, there you go. Very cool, huh? No, not very cool, very fiery. And then once you have set up that pose using the stand, the fire stand, then you can place her on a hand of Galactus, as you will see in a few seconds. Right guys, now that we have seen Frankie Ray by herself with the awesome fire effect, now I will show you how to place the fire effect on Galactus himself. Now, unlike the Silver Surfer that we could only place him on the left arm, Frankie Ray, you can place her in any arm that you wish to put her. But I have chosen the right arm. First thing, of course, you need to lift the arm like that. Lift the elbow, move up the elbow, so you're in a position that Galactus will be able to hold Nova correctly. And if you see, the fire effect has two protrusions, as you can see here, that will go in the wrist, in the middle of the wrist, so it grips correctly. The two protrusions will go in the middle of the wrist like this, so she can grip herself. And there's another protrusion here that will grip to this part of the wrist, into this part of the hand. Then you use the rest of the fingers to simply grip the rest of the fire effect, like that. And you have Frankie Ray looking absolutely awesome as a herald of Galactus, like that. Okay guys, here we have Morg, the final herald that we will be reviewing today. So here we have him looking big. He's like the biggest of the heralds. And we can see the red skin, which has some scales and also horns coming out of the skin. So in a fight, you don't want to fight in close combat with Morg, because he has this strong skin with some features there, like the horns. You can see the horns here, 3 horns here, another 3 here. Very nice, red skinned. And of course the face also looks with scales. And of course we see here on the arms the silver armbands, or the silver arm guards. The silver arm guards in both arms, really cool, as you can see here. Like a silver belt, big belt here. Black pants, silver shin guard, I would call it. Gray shin guard, silver shin guard. And of course with also some pointy horns here. And look at the hair, guys. Really, the hair sculpt is really cool. White, very nicely painted here. And you can see the laugh in his face, the evil laugh on his face, and the red eyes there. Really, really cool. Morg can move down. You can move down the head, but you cannot move up, obviously because of the hair. And you can tilt, but you cannot move left or right because of the hair as well. So there's a little bit of articulation there for Morg's head sculpt. Now moving on to the torso, there's a little bit of articulation there, not so much. There's a little bit of ab crunch moving forward, but basically not that much. You can tilt to the left, tilt to the right, so you still can make some poses using the torso. The arm can rotate 360 degrees, as you saw just now. So we have a 360 degrees articulation. You can move the arm out. There is bicep articulation. There's a swivel here on the bicep. You can move 360 degrees. For the elbow articulation, it's a double jointed elbow, as you can see here, and is a pinless technology. Very nice, very cool. On the wrist, you can move down and up and rotate 360 degrees. You can kick forward. You can kick forward. You can kick backwards just a little bit. You have here a thigh cut, and you can move the thigh 360 degrees, as you just saw here. You do have a double jointed knee. You can move up, you can move down very nicely. And obviously you don't have a shin cut because of the silver armor here, silver shin guard, but you do have some articulation on the feet. You can move down, up. There is a rocker here, rocker articulation, but there is not in any of the Heralds of Galactus. I have seen toe articulation, unfortunately, guys. There you have it. Here we have the only accessory that Morg brings, but this double bladed axe is looking really cool. It's a double bladed cosmic axe capable of emanating waves of destructive force, sufficiently to tear through Galactus' ship, for example. Very cool looking weapon for the strongest and the most powerful of all heralds of Galactus. So here's Morg wielding the double-bladed cosmic axe. Here's a very cool pose for Morg, and he's about to deliver a final blow, perhaps to kill Nova. So it's looking cool there, huh? So Frankie Ray Nova was a human. Her stepfather accidentally poured some chemicals, and with those chemicals, that's how she was able to obtain her abilities and powers to generate flames and even fly. She became a herald of Galactus and decided to take the name of Nova as Herald of Galactus. One of her most notable deeds was leading the Devourer of Worlds to consume the Skrull homeworld. So yeah, she is a powerful herald of Galactus. One of the most ruthless, merciless heralds of Galactus. He is a Carinarian, and he's so ruthless that he even betrayed his own race, showing absolutely no mercy. He would even defy Galactus himself. This is what Galactus saw in him. So he proposed Morg to become his herald, which he accepted and became one of the most merciless heralds of Galactus. And of course, he was given the power cosmic. Very, very scary herald. He even killed his predecessor, Nova. That's how ruthless he is. He believes he doesn't need anyone. He can carry the mission by himself. In his home planet, he was a court executioner, but turned on his people and then became the Herald of Galactus. So thank you guys for watching this review, the second part of the Heralds of Galactus. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Marvel Legends are really, really cool. They really stand strong against other figures. I really like Marvel Legends, and these haven't disappointed. But the Heralds only add. Do not forget to comment, give a like, subscribe, be part of this channel. Look at other videos. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next on Alan's Collection.